Hello guys, welcome to Tech Design. Hope everyone is doing great and enjoying all my videos. So if you have any doubts and concerns, please comment in the section below so that I will try to answer. Always make sure that you just need to mention the timeline for which your question is, because it avoids watching my video in order to answer you. So I will just quickly go into that timeline and check what you are asking for that. So that is the reason you just need to mention timeline so that I can answer you better. In this tutorial I'm going to take this one more part modeling example. As you can see here, so this looks very complicated by looking at this sketcher environment, but it's very simple. So we'll try to do it in as simple as that way. So as you can see here, there is a 3D model, isometric view is also given. So by looking at this view, we can say that there is a simple base pad here, base extrude, and which is on the back side, and also there are some extrude on this side. So instead of creating from the bottom side one by one, I just need to take the front view of this. So as soon as we take a front view, so what I will do is I will just make this entire sketch in a single sketch itself. So complete sketch in a single sketch, and then we can go ahead with extrude. I will end up in very few part navigator features. So we'll see that how we can do. So let's get into NX first, and we'll just go to NX and create a new file. So this will take you to a new file window. So you can just give OK. Either if you want to create any name, different name, you can just provide it here. So once you click OK, it will take you to a 3D workbench, and what we have to do is we'll just go to sketcher environment. So I'll go to sketch on this plane and I'll click OK. So this is our sketcher environment. So as you can see here, this is our model. So what we have to do is I'll just zoom in into this area so that we are only concerned about this area now. So we have to finish this complete sketch in one sketch, and then we can go for other features. So okay, first of all, what I can do is I will just start creating 3 circles. So as you can see here, there is one circle over here, and another circle is here, and another circle is here. So let us create 3 circles. So I'm going to go to circles, and there is a 9 diameter of 3 circles. So this is one okay, just a minute guys, I'll just finish the sketch, and I'll remove this auto dimensioning, which I hate. Preferences, sketch, and remove auto dimensioning, click OK. So again I will go to sketch and select this plane, and now we have to create 3 circles. So this is my first circle, and this is my second circle, and this is my third circle. So you can create it anywhere at time you want. So later we can just provide an constraint. So geometric constraint, so point on curve. So this center point I just wanted to make on this y-axis, and now we'll just give our dimensions using a dimension D command. So these are all 9 mm diameter. So let us give 9 mm diameter for all of these things. Okay, and click close. So now as you can see here, there is 110 mm of line here. On that there is an line as well, which is an angle of 120. So as you can see here is the angle. So let us create an line here and go for dimensioning D and 110 mm. So I want to make it symmetric. So what I will do is I just wanted to make center point should lie on this here, and also this line should lie on this x-axis. Okay, point on a curve, so this point should lie on x-axis. Okay, so now this is completely in symmetric. So now I wanted to draw a line here. So this is my line, and also this is my line. So you can see there is an auto the line which is showing. So if you want to deactivate that, click alt, and then you can just move your mouse. So let me keep it inside. So now as you can see here, we have an angle of 120 between these two arcs. Lines, sorry. So let me give that dimension. So go to angular dimension, so between this to this it is 120. Okay, and also between this to this it should be 60. Okay, so now as you can see here, our line has gone somewhere else, so we just need to constrain it. So I should give coincidence, so this point should lie on this. Okay, so now you can see here there is a circle with a radius of 90. So let us give a radius of 90 here. So I'm going to select this, and from the center point I'm going to draw a circle, and let us give a dimension for this. So go to radial dimension, sorry, and it should be 90 radius. Okay, so now as you can see here, we are drawn this radius of 90 arc, and this is coinciding with whatever the lines we have drawn here. So we just need to trim the extra lines here. So go for trimming, T command, and trim this. Okay, and now as you can see here, there is a radius of 10 mm. So we'll just give a fillet. F is the shortcut, so give 10 mm. On the same side, again on the other side we have to give 10 mm. Okay, so now as you can see here, this circle is concentric to this circle. So let us go into this and hit C for concentricity, sorry, geometric constraints. So here is drawing this circle, and these two circles. Okay, now these two circles are also constraints. Only this is having a length, the whatever we have along this direction we have a. So these two circles are now completely constrained. Only this is having movement along y-axis, so we'll constrain that as well now. So now as you can see here, there is a line arc here which is of a radius, let us say 80. You can see here 80. So we just need to draw this now. So 80 radius, on that radius this whatever the circle that is lying. So we'll just go to arc, and you can just constrain it here 80, and we just need to draw it here. Okay, so now what I have to do is I will just right click and make it as a construction line, and I will trim it. So whatever the extra dimension we have, we can just trim it here. Okay, now this circle should lie on this arc. So we'll just keep it here, press C and point on a curve. This should be 1.8. So now as you can see here, our sketch is fully constrained. So whatever the dimension that we are providing, just try to make it fully constrained, so later you will not end up with unconstrained lines and arcs. Okay, so now as you can see, there is an arc here, and which is of 82 radius. So we'll draw that 82 radius, and also there is one more inside which is of 50. So let us draw those two arcs. So I'll go to arc, and this is my center point, and 82 radius, so which is, let us draw from here to here, and one more is 50 mm. So 50 mm, and it should be from here to here. Okay. So okay, now as you can see here, let me draw this circle as well. You can see the 15 diameter of circle. So let us draw that. That is very useful for us now. So 15 diameter. Okay, now as you can see, there is a 9.25 degree of line here, which is a symmetric line, which just starts from the center of this circle. So we'll draw that line now. which is of 9.25. so let me draw these two lines. This is one line and this is second line, so the dimension between the angular dimension will be 9.25. so let us give 9.25. okay, and make this symmetric. So in either you can make a symmetric over here, or else you can just give the dimension as well. Oops, go to symmetric. Okay, and my center line will be this, and one line is this, the other line is this. Okay, now it is concentric. So we just need to trim these extra lines, so let's go to trim and trim this, and also we have to trim here, and this is also should be trimmed, and these two should be also trimmed. So now as you can see here, so this side we have we got it, and now we have to get this line. So let us see where the dimension is given for that. There is no proper dimension that is given for this line, so what we can do is we can see here there is a 5.9 mm distance between from this line. So what we will do is we'll just draw it roughly, and later we can check how that works. So now what I will do is I'll just draw this line, and here you can see this is my line. In the same way I'm going to draw this side as well. So make sure these two lines are symmetric. So I'm going to make a symmetric for those two lines along this x-axis. Okay, and now what I will do is I'll just trim this extra portion. So these are the extra portions now. Okay, and here as well. Okay, so now we also need to give some radius for this. So if it is not given, let us assume it. Let us see somewhere is there given. So these two views are not having any dimensions, but okay, here it is given R8. So let us give radius 8 in all the sides. So I'll just hit F and 8 as a radius, and let us start selecting all these things. Okay, so now this portion is done. Now as you can see here, there is a line here, and which is of 24 mm. So before drawing that, we will just make this R41. So let us draw that radius of an arc 41. Okay, so it starts from here, it ends here, and then we have a line here from this line to this, and here as well. So extend this with the command of E. Let us trim this. Okay, now give me the dimension using a D command. This is 24 mm. Okay, so now as you can see in the dimension, there is in 5.9 mm of dimension here. So let us give that dimension now, a rapid dimension, and from here it should be given to this. So it is 5.9. Okay, so now it is given. So since we are given in symmetric value here, symmetric lines, so once here it is updated, so on the same way it will be updated on the other side as well. But we don't have this angle, so as you can see here, this is not given. So let us keep it as it is here, like this. We can't do anything for that. since the dimension is not provided. So now as you can see here, there are two more circles. So one is with a 34 and then 29. So let us draw that 24 and 39. And this is 39. Oh, sorry, 34. This is 34, and actually this is 29. So now as you can see here, one is 29 and the second one is 34. So now we have to make this teeth. So as you can see here, and there is an 15-degree angle which is drawn line here, which is a tangent to this circle. So we just need to make sure it should be tangent to this line as well as it is drawn over here. So let us draw this like this, and the one more is like this. Okay, and now what I have to do is I have to make symmetric for that. So go to symmetric, and these two should be symmetric to the center line, x y axis, sorry. And now we have to trim this extra portion and then give the angular dimension. What is the angular dimension here? So as you can see, it is a 15 degree. So this should be 15. Okay, so now I have to give a tangency for this circle. So go to geometrical constraint, and here is a tangency. So if you do one side, it will be automatically other side is as well it is be tangent. You don't need to do it again. So now we have to trim the extra portions. So these are the extra portions, and also I think this is also not required. Oops. Just a minute, guys. Okay, let me constrain this. I think it is not constrained, so this point should lie on this. Okay, and also here is the point, so this point should lie on this arc. Okay, so now we can trim this, and this also trimmed. Okay, so now what we can do is we can just make a mirror of this, pattern of this. So we can just make a pattern on the both sides, so we will get the desired shape. Okay, so let us go to pattern. So these things are already explained to you in the Sketcher environment. So if you have not checked, please go and check it out. So I'm going to select a circular pattern. So select the curve. So now I'm going to select these three curves and specify a point. So from this point it should be circularly patterned. And now what we have to do is we have to provide an angle here. So count and pitch. What we have is there is a 90 degree pitch, so we can just provide a pitch here. Pitch is 90, sorry, span, that is a span. So span is 90 and pitch is, let us give pitch 10, and we can just mention the pitch later. Okay, so let us see how much, what is the count. So count are 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 count with a 90 degree. So count and span we can give, so 5 counts and 90. Okay, this is perfect. And now in the same way I'm going to do it on the other side as well. So go to pattern, and let us select a circular pattern, and this is the curve that I wanted to select. Either you can select a pattern or else you can just mirror these things. so both are fine. So I'm going to do it on the other side now. Click OK. So we can see here we have received all the dimensions. So we need to we have received all the sketches completely. So we just need to remove the extra lines here, extra lines and arcs. So go to trim command and start trimming all these things. So these are unnecessary things, and we also need to trim this, which is an unnecessary for us. Okay, and now as you can see here this is removed. So let us Control Z and go to trim command. Okay, I think it is not aligned with this one, so go to extend E and extend this until the next. You should have to see this coincidence constraint here. So if it is not seen, then it will trim the entire entity. Okay, okay, now let us go to trim, and also here you can see here there is an already existing here, so we just need to make it extend and trim. Now we can just trim the single entities as well, since it is not connected, so it was deleting entire line. So here as well it is removed. So what we can do is, for in this case, extend this line using E command. Okay, and now what we can do is extend this line as well, so it should touch to that line. I'm going to trim this now. Now trim this and trim this. So now it is perfect. Okay, so now what are the other things we have? Unnecessary things, we will just trim it out. Everything is fine. Okay, looks great. So this is all about we have to do it. Okay, one more thing is we have to trim it here. This is also half circle. And what are these lines? These lines also we have to trim. Go to trim command and trim these things. Okay, so now our sketch is done. So we just need to enter into an modeling workbench now. So we'll just finish this sketch now. So finish sketch. So this is our entire sketch for our complete this model. So we have completed this model. So I think this sketch is not fully constrained. Let me see that. Okay, there are 35 constraints left. So that is because we have not provided complete dimensions. So we need to provide complete dimension, and also there are some dimensions that are missing here, which we are not provided. So that is the reason we have constraints which are left. So okay, now what we can do is, as you can see here, so this is the base view. So we just need to provide an input in such a way that we have to create this base. So we'll just go to sketcher environment, extrude. So go to extrude, and we are already discussed on these things. So what I will do is I will just select a single curve and stop at intersection, and let us start creating the base. So okay, from here I will just start, and make sure that you just need to provide us 1 mm so that it will avoid any confusion for you to select. So now I'm going to select these entire lines. So by doing this it will avoid number of sketches that you can able to create in a single plane. So that is the one way. Okay, now I'm going to select this line. I hope you're understanding what I'm doing now. So if you have any concerns, please let me know. Okay, so once you completely selected entire closed profile, you will see this solid body. So now we can just see how much is the depth. As you can see here, 10 mm is the depth, so we can just provide 10 mm here. Okay, let me see what direction it is. So in this direction it is taking, so we can keep it as a none and click OK. So now as you can see here is complete sketch, and this is our body. Now what we have to do is, so we will just give one more this length, whatever this extrude we have here. So let us go and select that lines now. So let us try with the connected curves. Oops, sorry guys, I'll just entered into a sketcher environment. Finish. Let us try with the connected curves. So this is a connected curve. Okay, I think it will not take. I need to select everything now again. So I'll just skip this in order to make it easier. So now I have selected this, as you can see here. So this is what I have selected. So now let us see what is the dimension for this. So the dimension for this will be now 40 mm. So let us give 40 mm for this. Okay, let's finish. We just need to unite this body, so we'll just go to unite and hit OK. So now this is our model now. So as you can see here, we are also have this line here which is of 22 mm from this, which is 32 from the other end. So let us select that now. Okay, so go to extrude and start selecting this. Okay, this is on side and this is on other side. Okay, so now what is the distance? It is 30, 22 plus 10, 32. So we'll just enter 32 here and it should be united and click OK. So as you can see here, we are almost done with our model with only one single sketch, and we have to give some circles here. These items should be removed. So let us go through that. Now let us select and remove these extra materials. So we'll just go through here and I'm going to go for extrude, and let us keep it as connected curves. I'm just leaving this stop at intersection because so now you can see these are the connected curves which are not, there is no intersection for these curves, so we can just select it directly. So that is the reason I just switched off this stop at intersection, and now we can see this. Okay, let us draw these. Okay, this one, and we'll just subtract this from the body, and we also have here, and remove this. So either you can select and remove this as well, or else we can just make mirror of geometry. So let us go to mirror, since it is having some error with lines. So let us select this one by one. Sorry guys. So here is the gap, I think so. Okay, yeah, this is good now. Okay, so it is a subtract and click OK. So in the same way I'm just going to remove this as well. So go to this, click OK. So now as you can see, we are done with almost everything. So we are only left with these two circles. So now as you can see here, circle, not a circle, so it is a hole. So we have, there is a dimension that is given for here. So let us draw these two now. So what I will do is I will just go to sketcher environment. Either you can go to hole or else you can just directly go for sketcher environment. So what I will do is I will just go to sketcher and I will make a sketch here, on this plane. And one is of a diameter 11 and other is diameter of 8. So let us go to 11 and then another is 8, and let us give a dimension. I think it will be at the center, so we don't have any dimension here, so let us keep it as a center of this whatever the dimension we have here. So this is actually 22 mm, so let us keep it as 11 mm. So go to dimensions, and between these two, this, it should be 11 mm. And also let us make a concentric geometry constraint, so this should lie on at the center point of this. Okay, now go to geometry constraint and make concentric, so these should be concentric. So let's finish this. So I'll go to extrude, and the first hole should have an 8 mm of depth, so go to the bigger hole, and it should be in the opposite direction, and depth should be 8 mm. Click apply. So this should be through hole, so it should be complete hole. So let's draw this. Okay, now as you can see here, these two features I wanted to make it on the other side as well, so I have selected those two and go to mirror feature, and I have selected these two features. Now on this plane should be mirrored. So now as you can see here, we have got this. So now what I will do is I'll just hit Ctrl W and switch off everything and only show solid bodies. So as you can see here, our model is completely ready now. So this is how we can make in a single sketch. So you can just make sure you should read properly before starting your 3D model workbench. So if you start the model by doing say first extrude this and then make this circle and then extrude this, if you go on that on that manner, so it will take a lot of time. So this will be a very easy method. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, guys. Please subscribe to my channel and hit a like button as well as share my videos. Thank you, guys.